Hi lovelies and welcome back. Today I have got a very exciting and big bookish video for you today. So we are going to have a look at my brand new e-reader. I got a Kobo Libra Colour, I think that's what it's called, last night. And we're going to do a big unhaul because if you've seen my last video, I got a lot of books in, so I want to do an unhaul. And then I thought while I'm doing the unhaul, because I've got to go through my shelves, I thought I'd give you a bit of a bookshelf tour of the books that I have. Now my bookshelves are not going to be the way that I want them because I'm doing an unhaul, but I thought I'd go through the books that I've got, chat about while I'm keeping them, and we can talk about whether the ones that I want to get rid of, whether I should get rid of them. So let me know what you think about that, because there's a couple that I'm not sure of, so I'm sort of wanting some input, so let me know what you think. Now, before we start, we need to move over there. Now, over there, I've got a lot of extra books which came, well, they haven't, no, some of them I've got recently, so I'll definitely keep them, but some of them I am pretty sure I'm going to get rid of. And then once we've done that, we'll come back over here. Okay, let's jump straight into it. Okay, lovelies, you've got to excuse me. I've got the Queensland hair today. I said in my last vlog, it is very hot and I have curly hair, so it just goes frizzy. So this is the Queensland hair, call it Queensland hair. Okay, now what I thought I might do is let's go through the books that I'm thinking about unhauling, and then I'm going to show you my brand new Kobo. And then, yeah, we're just going to have a general chat. So get comfy. I love these sort of videos and I'm a chatter. And if you like me, then stick around. Since my last book haul, I have actually acquired another book. I was trying to think whether it was one or two. I think it's only one. This is The Gambler by J.P. Palmer, I think that's pronounced. Now, why do I think he's an Australian author? I saw him on an Australian book site, so maybe he is an Australian author. Don't quote me on it. If you know and I'm wrong, let me know in the comments below. But this is a thriller and it looked really, really interesting. But it's about, it involves the Amish as well. So someone goes missing, he investigates. I think he's like a private, yeah, he's a private investigator. And he's offered to help with an old case. A respected local woman opens fire at a political rally, killing a promising young university graduate. And so he's investigating this. And then he goes, as he goes into the investigation, he finds out, from what I'm pretty sure, it then sort of links somehow into the Amish community, which I find absolutely fascinating. So we're definitely not getting rid of that one. Oh no, sorry, I'm wrong. I did get another book. Now, you're probably going to say, Juliet, why did you get this book? It's a romance book. That light's gone weird. Sorry, lovelies. Let me just see if I can. Oh gosh, the light. That might be, I think that's a bit better. Sorry. I picked this one up from Big W, which is just, you know, like Target, I suppose, in Australia. I think it was $16. You know, that's not bad. It's a little book. But it's picking up daisies on Sundays, and I'd wanted to read it for ages. Now, I know I'm not a traditional contemporary romance girl. I definitely am not. But this one sounded really sweet, and I thought it might be nice. You know, one of those sort of books where you just don't want to think about what you're reading, and you just want to just have like fun and just like mindless reading is what I call it. So I did. That's the second book. So we are not getting rid of that one. Okay. I need to separate my piles a bit, so I can work out what I'm getting rid of and what I'm not. Actually, I might get like a stool and I can stack up the ones I'm getting rid of. That's a good idea. Okay, so we know those two we're going to keep. Okay, so they're definite keepers. Oh, this one actually, it is so bad. This one I got from a little free library. I don't really know anything about it. I didn't read the back, but it's called The Wife and the Widow. I just thought it sounded really good. Anyway, I won't go into it, but that one I got from a little free library. So that one I'm not getting rid of. Okay. It's actually, like, it's not in the best of conditions, but I thought, yeah, might be interesting. I'm sort of in my kind of mystery thriller era. So, and like I said in my last vlog, I like mysteries and thrillers I like to be on the edge of my seat, but I don't want to fall off my seat, if that makes sense. So I'm hoping, let me know. Actually, that's won a few awards. It got General Fiction Book of the Year 2020 long list, shortlist Indie Book Awards for 2020. So it's obviously 2020. And then what did it won? The, oh my gosh, the Ned Kelly Awards. So that's obviously an Australian one. All right, so we're going to keep that one. That's a keeper. Okay, Kristen Hannah. Now I do have Every Man and His Dog's got it, The Nightingale. Haven't read it, but I did find this one in a little library, and I don't know whether because The Nightingale's been so hyped up, like I just haven't picked it up. This one's a really long book. I'm not sure about this one. If anyone's read it and they think I should keep it, let me know, because I do love general fiction. I love historical fiction. I don't know if this one is a historical fiction. I don't think it is. I'm going to put this one on the maybe pile. So if you have read it, let me know if you think I should keep this one. This one I think I might put on the maybe pile for the moment. Anyway. Okay, this one, The Rainfall Market. I've read this one. This is by Yu Yong Wang. Now that's a Korean author, so sorry if I'm not getting that right. I like translated fiction, and I've read some Japanese translated fiction, and I really loved that. I loved it. I really enjoyed it, and the premise of this was great. It's you can get a ticket into the rainfall market, and you can basically choose what life you want to live, and then you can go on to live it. But it just, I don't know, it just was not what I expected and not what I thought it was, and it was really disappointing. So I think I gave it a 2.5, and that was being nice. So that one's definitely going. I'm getting rid of that one. Now these next two, if you saw my book haul, my last video, you'll understand why. So The Housemaid, this was my first ever Frida McFadden book, and I struggled. I really struggled. I didn't like her writing. I thought the premise of it was great. However, I thought it just went too far. I just thought it was really no, that's not cool. So my opinion, if you love Frida, please don't take any offense by it, but I just, no, not a fan. So I'm glad I don't have any other Frida books, because I was going to buy the second one. But so this one's definitely going. I did give it a 2, however. I did give it a 2. It's not one that I would personally recommend, but yeah, if you love it, that's great. I'm not even going to see the movie, so that one is a definite go. And the other one that's going is One of the Good Guys by Araminta Hall. I actually DNF'd this one. I think I read it at least 60% of it. It was just so slow. I think if it had picked up and kept going, I would have finished it, because I think this could have been a really great book. Even though it is short, it was, oh lovelies, it was slow beyond slow. Like it was just like slow moving like an ant. And just when you think, okay, it's going to pick up, it doesn't. And then you get to the next chapter and you go, right, it's going to happen. It doesn't happen. Oh, Teddy's come to have a little sniff. I'll put a little picture of Teddy up. You're seeing which ones Mummy's getting rid of, darling? Frida's going, darling. Okay. Okay, so Stephen King, I have just bought. Haven't read any of his before, like I said in my other video, the 11/22/63. Super fascinated about the concept of going back in time and changing history with JFK. Love it. So definitely keeping that one. Okay, so we have a visitor. This is Teddy. Say hi, honey. Hello, boo-boo. Hello. He doesn't like being on camera, so I think the reason he's sitting here, he actually doesn't realise he's being filmed. We love that. Okay, so Teddy's going to help us. Now, the other one I got was Queen of Fives. That one's new. And this one is by Alex Hay, and I have read The Housekeepers by him. Loved it. So this is a historical fiction. I'm going to say mystery crime, but fun. You know, not scary, but fun. Okay. Then, what else did we get, darling? This one. Now, this one I actually did DNF. This one's a brand new one. This one is The Best We Could Hope For by Nicola Kraus. Now, I loved the first half of this book, but it felt like the second half was actually written by a completely different author, and it dragged out. The perspectives changed. Like the main focus went from the mother to the daughter. Good boy, you're okay. And it just didn't get to the point, and I was really, really disappointed. So I want to get rid of it, but I really love the cover, so I'm sort of in two minds. Like, what do you do when you love the cover, but you just, I don't know, let me know. I'm going to put that, I might put that on the maybe pile, I think. He's looking out the window in that room to see if he can see the birds. You see the birds, Bubba? Good boy. Okay, now, good boy. The next one is Rules of Civility by Unhaul. Now, Unhaul wrote A Gentleman in Moscow, which I loved, gave 5 stars. That was a recommendation by my father-in-law, loved it. This one's a second-hand book, so I'm not going to go into it because it's in my book haul. So go back and have a watch of that where I talk about a lot of these books. So I'm going to go through them a bit quicker. So I'm definitely keeping that one. This one was a book I got from my friend. So The Tangled Web by T. Cooper or Taya. It doesn't have the little umlaut thing, so I say T. Cooper. Definitely keeping that one. This one I bought recently myself. So this is a non-fiction. This is Unmasking Lucy Letby. Now, if you jump on Netflix and you like a bit of true crime, just have a read of the blurb before you go into it, because it's not nice. But I got this one because I wanted to know a little bit more about her. And I've got a degree in psychology, and so I like to understand the psychology behind serial killers, crimes, things like that. So that's why I got that one. That's not going anywhere. I have started that one, lovelies, actually, and I've got to get back to it. The Heir Apparent, that's a new one by Rebecca Armitage. That's staying. You're making mummy stretch, darling. Alice Feeney, my husband's wife. Haven't read anything by her, but that one's staying. That one's new. Most of these ones are new ones. Meet the Newmans. Oh, I did start this one, but I had to read another book, so I've got to come back, by Jennifer Niven. I love that. That reminds me a little bit of The Mad Housewife. I love this. Love it. Love the gingham, love the pearls. Love myself a little bit of a 1950s housewife. This is a doorstop. The Will of the Many. I think everyone knows about The Will of the Many by James Islington. I believe it's high fantasy. I have no idea whether it's high fantasy. I got into fantasy, I think I worked it out, it was December 24. Didn't think I'd like it, but I got into Throne of Glass. So that's how I got into fantasy. Still haven't finished that series. I'm only reading Assassin's Blade at the moment, but we'll get to that one. So you can hop down now, beautiful. You can hop down. Good boy. Okay. So keeping that one, Arcana Academy by Elise Cover. Now I have read this one. What did I give this one? Sorry, that's Teddy's digging in the carpet. He thinks he can dig. Yeah, that's Teddy if you can hear it. I think I gave this one a 3 or a 3.5. I don't know whether I would continue the series. So I'm going to keep it because I'm not sure whether I'll continue it. And if I do, I'd like to keep the book. So we'll keep it for the moment. All right, now we'll just quickly go through these ones. The Ex-Hex I have read by Erin Sterling. So I do have downstairs The Kiss Curse and I've got The Wedding Witch. I haven't read 2 and 3, so we're keeping those. Strange Sally Diamond by Liz Nugent. Very good book, very unusual, but look into the warnings before you read this one. I think with any crime, mystery, thriller book, if you're someone that is worried about certain things that are brought up in the book, I don't like to use the word triggers because I think triggers is, that word's overused, and I don't like to disrespect people with PTSD, so I don't use the word triggers. Warnings, just look at the warnings, and there are certainly some in there, and some of it was a little bit hard for me to read. However, it was a good book, but I don't know whether I'd read anything by this author because it was very extreme. So anyway, I did give it a 4 for what it was worth. The ending just disappointed me, I think. But I will keep it because I love that. This one was so good. But the ending was yuck. Like The House of Salt and Sorrows by Erin Craig. Oh my gosh, I love this. I love this for the first 75% and then it went weird and beyond. Now, I don't know what to do with it because I loved it so much, but then it was so yucky. I don't know why she took it there. I think that, maybe the maybe pile? Maybe the maybe pile. I think it's going maybe on the maybe pile. Lisa Jewell, The Family Upstairs. Haven't read that one, so that one's a keeper. The Book of Doors. Now, I love Carly on the pastel bookshelf. So she said if there's any book you take away from her to read, it's this one, The Book of Doors, and it's by Gareth Brown. So that one's staying. Oh, lovely. The stay pile is quite huge, which is fine, you know, because I haven't read most of them. The only one left by Riley Sager is staying, brand new. Haven't read anything by him, so I'm interested in that one. And look, lovelies, these are these new ones, like I said, I talked about in my haul, so go back and have a look. This one I got for Christmas from my mother-in-law, A Disappearing Act by Jo Dixon. Haven't read it, so it's staying. Any of these books that you think are really good, let me know and I'll bump them up on my TBR. Any of my maybes that you think I should get rid of, or any that I'm getting rid of and you think I should keep, not the ones I've read, but the ones I haven't read, then let me know. When the Moon Hatched. Now, Sarah Parker, I met her, lovely, lovely lady, and she signed this one. So I haven't read it yet. Have to really bump that up. Recipe for Murder, non-fiction. Australian lady, sorry to say, because I'm Australian. She's the Mushroom Lady. So the series on this is not on Netflix. I think it's on Stan, and I don't have access to Stan. So I got the book because I was really sick and I was in hospital when this happened for several months. So I want to know a little bit more about it. So I got it to read. A little bit like the Lucy Letby one, because I do love a true crime documentary. Do love myself a bit of a true crime documentary. So I love watching those. A Forbidden Alchemy by Stacey McEwen. I haven't read that one, so that one's staying. Now, I do have the first book, Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber, and a friend who wasn't interested in the series gave me these two, so I think I'll keep those. I'm going to put them aside. I'm not going to actually put them on my shelf because if I don't want to continue the series, I just don't want to take up the space. So I am still going to keep those. That same friend also gave me A Language of Dragons, which I was interested in actually. I haven't read it yet. It's by S.F. Williamson. So I haven't read that one yet. Heart of the Sun Warrior by Sue Lynn Tan. Now I do have, what is it called? I think it's called Daughter of the Moon Goddess on my main bookshelf over there. And that same friend gifted me that one and the Tales of the Celestial Kingdom. So I've got those as well, which I believe is separate to, like a separate series to Daughter of the Moon Goddess. I think Daughter of the Moon Goddess is a standalone. If I'm wrong, let me know. Okay, The Book That Broke the World, which this is, I think, the second book. It's after The Book That Wouldn't Burn. That same friend gave me this one, so that's by Mark Lawrence. That's staying. This one, I don't know if I'm going to keep, lovelies. My friend lent me this one. Different friend lent me this one. It's called The Impossible Fortune by Richard Osman. I've got some of his books over there, which I really enjoyed. You know, the Thursday Murder Club, you may have heard about that one. I've got that series and I've read the first two and I haven't read 3 and 4. And I did read another one of his, which I can't think of right now. Let me see if it's in here. Because he's a bit of a prolific writer. Let's have a look if they've got his other books. They haven't got his other books. Anyway, I can't remember what it was. I don't know whether I'm a bit over him. You know, he's sort of like, he's a good writer, but I don't know whether I'm a little bit over the concept, like the Thursday Murder Club. It's just the same. So I've read 1 and 2. I haven't jumped back to read 3 and 4. So I don't know about that one. I might put that one on the maybe pile actually. Okay, so these three, Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies series. I don't know if that's the actual name of the series. I read 1 and 2 and I DNF'd the last one. I just got sick of it. I just found there was too many creatures. It dragged on. There was nothing compelling. Like, I just felt I got bored. I just got bored by book 3. So I didn't finish it. So I'm actually going to get rid of those 3. They're definitely going. They're not ones I want to reread. And I only want on my shelves the books either that I haven't read and I want to read, or the books that I would reread. So they're going. But I did give the first 2 3.75. The last one, yeah. I really think she could have just wrapped that up in 2 books rather than 3. The House Witch. Now I got this one a little while ago. Now I'm going to say Delamark. I don't know if that's correct, how you say that author's name. I don't know. I'm sorry if it's wrong. Anyway, I did start this one. Look, to be honest, the reason I didn't continue is because the writing is really, really small and I struggle to read at night in bed. So now that I've got my Kobo, I might get this one on hold through the Libby app and read it at night, because it's not that I didn't like it, it's just that honestly, the writing was so small, I just couldn't love it. It's like it was doing my head in. Patrick Swayze, how can I not, had to get Patrick. Oh, The Housekeepers, Alex Hay. This is the first book, so to the Queen of Fives, and so I'm keeping this one. Okay, lovelies, now we've done this, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep it like this for the moment, because I want to make this shelf here my TBR, but not like, it can't be everything that's on my TBR. It wouldn't fit, but I want to make it sort of more my high priority TBR. So we're going to do that. If I have time in this video, I'll do it in this one. If it gets way too long, lovelies, then we'll do it in another video. Okay. That's Mummy's clicker. Okay, so Teddy's back, aren't you, darling? Yeah, you can smell my lipstick. Okay. So, okay, lovelies, this is, if you can see up there, I've got a Throne of Glass special edition. This is the problem with BookTube, and that's what I said in, not my last video, the video before. You think you need to have these special editions? I have 2. Do I need them? No. Do I want them anymore? No, I don't. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. That's a later Juliet problem. Okay, so this one up here, that's my friend's book, so we're not gonna worry about this. This is over here, I've got Lisa C. So Lisa C is one of my favorite authors. Now I will do a video on Lisa C's books. I'm not going to deal with them today because I'm keeping them all. I've got A Gentleman in Moscow, which was the book I mentioned before by Unhaul, which I love. All the Light We Cannot See by, what's his name? Anthony Doerr. I haven't read, but I do want to read that one because my father-in-law recommended that to me as well. Pachinko, I love Asian culture, so I want to keep that. However, I have got the Dictionary of Lost Words. I saw this with my friend. They did like a stage version in Australia, like a play. What am I saying, stage? Like a play version of it. However, thanks, darling. However, okay, now that Teddy's moved, I think I gave it a 3. It's not that I didn't like it. I would recommend it. I just think that it went on for way too long and it could have been cut down a lot. It is by an Australian author and it's got Reese's Book Club, which I hate. Like, it's not a sticker. Don't do that. I hate it. I don't know if you agree with me. I don't mind the awards being put up, but I really hate that. Who cares if it's in Reese's Book Club? Don't. Or at least make it a sticker so I can take it off if I want to. I've got Remarkably Bright Creatures, which I haven't read and I want to read. I've got The Calligrapher's Daughter by Eugenia Kim, which I haven't read yet. The Days at the Morizaki Bookshop, which is the book, Japanese translation by Yagisawa. I loved that book. More Days at the Murasaki bookshop I didn't enjoy as much, but I think I might keep those. And then The Lincoln Highway by Unhaul, which is another book by him. So I will be keeping that one. Over here is my Throne of Glass shelf, and actually it's also my Belladonna by Adeline Grace shelf. So actually, I don't even know if that's the series name, I'm not sure. Anyway, so I have read Throne of Glass, Crown of Midnight, and I'm currently reading The Assassin's Blade. That's the order I chose to read it in. That was the recommended order by Sarah J. Maas. So I'm like, rightio, let's just read it in that way, in that order. I haven't read any more of the series. I started it in December 2024, I think it was. Like I said, Throne of Glass got me into fantasy, but Crown of Midnight, bit boring, so I lost interest, but I am gonna push through. Belladonna I have read and loved, gave it 5 stars. It was my first 5-star read last year, and it took me a while to hit it, and it was 5-star, absolutely loved it. So one of my best friends got me, you know, that beautiful hardcover series. I won't pull them all out now, lovelies, but I'm sure you've seen them. And so I've got to get to Foxglove, because I think the reason I haven't is because Belladonna I gave 5 stars. You know, when you read a 5-star book at the beginning of a series, you kind of get worried. You don't want to be disappointed. I don't want to be disappointed. So anyway, I will get to it, I promise. This is my avocado and my toast, not Jellycats. They're a Hallmark. They're Hallmark toys in Australia. So cute, so much cheaper. And they're like little they're magnets. See, Lee, they belong together, avo and toast. Okay. 6 Crimson Cranes and The Spin of Dawn by Elizabeth Lim. So they're new, so I won't be getting rid of those. Okay, sorry about that lighting. That's that stained glass window, because I'm in an old Queenslander house, so we have a bit of stained glass in this house. Okay, so the next shelf, I'm just going to move my picture frame there. Once again, I blame this on BookTube. Powerless, Reckless, Powerful, and I don't have Fearless. But they're all that hardback special edition. Haven't read them. Kind of lost a bit of interest, but at the moment I'm just going to leave them there because I spent a lot of money on them and I want to read them. A Song to Drown Rivers. The lovely Jamie Fock recommended this one for me, so she's absolutely gorgeous. So I've got this one. I still haven't read it, but it does have the lovely sprayed edges on it. So in the hardback. So definitely going to read that one. This one I really haven't seen around much, but I've had it for a little while. It's Bloodguard by C.C. Robson. Haven't read that one. Haven't heard a lot about it. If you have read it, let me know, and let me know what you think of it. Yeah, because it says #1. So I'm assuming there's more books to come, but I think there's only #1 out at the moment. Okay, so I've got Spark of the Everflame. So I've got Spark, Glow, Heat. I think there's a 4th one. I haven't read any of those yet either, lovelies. So they're to come. So they're staying. The Girl with No Reflection. Now I don't see this one a lot. Kishi Chow. So I do love Asian culture. Yeah, so you'll see a lot of books on here with sort of Asian culture in it. But I heard a lot of good things about that one, and I haven't read it yet, and I really want to. So maybe I should put that on my TBR. More priority TBR. If you have read it and you think I should, let me know. I don't think we're going to get to the TBR more priority one today, lovelies. I think that might be another video. Heavenly Bodies, haven't read that one, by Imani Eru, I think. Okay, the lighting's better here, away from the door a bit. Now, I'm going to go through quickly because we've been filming for a bit. The Spell Shop I have read. Now I've got there it is, The Enchanted Greenhouse I haven't read yet, and I love The Spell Shop. I think I gave it 4.5 stars, love that one. The Witchwood Knot by Olivia Atwater. Now she wrote Half a Soul. Sorry, I should get these out. She wrote Half a Soul, loved Half a Soul. I think I gave that one 4.5 stars. So then I read 10,000 Stitches and I gave that one 4.5 stars. I didn't read the last book in the series. I wasn't really interested in that one. So I didn't read that. So The Witch Would Not is actually her next series. And that one, I loved, but it just got really confusing. And I read that at the time she wrote this, she had a lot going on and she was really busy. And I felt that in the writing. I just felt lost and confused. Like certain things hadn't been explained really clear. I think I still gave it 4-star because I loved the concept. And I would like to reread it one day and see if it makes a bit more sense on a reread. But the second book in this one has not come out yet. She's gone back to indie publishing as well with this series. So I don't know what the second book is called. It's called The Victorian Fairies Tales, and this is book 1. I did enjoy it. I would get the next one. Unfortunately though, because they're indie, they're a little bit more expensive. What's this one? The Fellowship of Bakers and Magic by Jay Penner. I haven't read that one, so I'm keeping that one. I don't know whether I've read any of these actually. Yours from the Tower by Sally Nichols. This is lovely. I got this when I went to Tasmania on holidays last year, I think. Can't remember when. But look at the edges on it. It's just gorgeous. Yours from the Tower. So it's meant to be about 4 friends, I think. No, 3 friends who went to boarding school, and they send each other letters, and it's just about their life after boarding school. So it's 1896, and it won. Oh no, sorry, it was shortlisted for the YA Book Prize. So I just think, actually that one I would like to put on my priority TBR. If We Were Villains, I did start reading this, and I was trying to read it on my phone at night in bed to help. It was just too difficult. So now that I've got my Kobo, I'm hoping I can get back to this one because the writing, yeah, it's not too bad, but just for my eyes at night, not great. What the River Knows, I think everyone's seen this one by Isabel Ibanez. Haven't got to that one yet. Dance of Thieves, haven't got to that one yet. The Starless Sea by Erin Morgenstern. Now, this one I've been wanting to read for a while as well, and this was gifted to me by a friend. I won't go into the blurb of that one, but it just, yeah. I just think, and sometimes, I did say this in my book haul, sometimes with the fantasy books, like I'll read the blurb to find out if I'm interested, and then I don't read it again. And when I pick the book up, I don't read it because I find that sometimes the blurbs, especially on fantasy books, give away too much of the plot. Like they might say enemy to lovers or whatever, and you just go, you're giving away a little bit too much. So I won't read. If you're like me, no. Fantasy books just give away too much, which is so frustrating. This one is, now I have not seen this on social media. This one's Forestborn by Elaine Audrey Becker. Now the reason I picked this one up is I found number 2 in a free little library, and I thought, well, I need number 1 to read number 2, and I was interested in number 1. And number 2's called Wildbound, and this is called Forestborn. So I haven't read that one yet, but I should bump it up because I've had that one for over a year now. Okay, making a lovely mess here, lovelies. Okay, I might go through these a little bit quicker because it's taking forever. Once Upon a Broken Heart, that's what I said, that's my first one. The Benevolent Society of Ill-Mannered Ladies by Alison Goodman. Oh my goodness, that looks hilarious. I can't wait, can't wait. Actually, I might put that one on over on my TBR. The Ghost Bride by Yangzi Chu. Yangzi Chu. If any of these you haven't seen and you want me to show you, just pop in the comments below. Just trying to make this video not like 3 hours long, lovelies, you know. Daughter of the Moon Goddess by Su Lin Tan, and The Last Dragon King by Leah Stone. Okay, over here I have got The Dress Shop of Dreams by Mina Van Praag. Now that one's been out for a little while, but they gave it a new cover, and I was shopping with one of my best friends And I soft DNF'd it and I've kept it. I want to keep it because I found it shopping with her. It was the first time, was it the first time we met in person? No, it wasn't. But I want to keep it because it was when I was shopping with her. So I'm a bit sentimental like that. The Ministry of Time by Kayleigh Bradley. I met her. She signed my book. She was gorgeous. Priory of the Orange Tree by Samantha Shannon. Haven't read it. Lovelies, I haven't read any of these on this shelf. Tragic. The Bone Season, haven't read that. The Red Palace by Jane Hewer. I think that would be amazing. Once again, Asian culture, love it. The Bridge Kingdom by Jenny L.L. Jensen. The Rose Bargain by Sasha Payton Smith. Haven't read any of those yet. Okay, Teddy's just here, he wants to go out, but can't let him out on the deck. Okay, so Brandon Sanderson Wallbreaker. Haven't read anything by Brandon Sanderson, but would really like to. The next one next to that is also by him, but really unusual and not one I see around a lot. It's called The Frugal Wizard's Handbook for Surviving Medieval England. Actually, that one is going to go, that one's definitely going on my priority one. Because I think that might be a nice way to sort of get into Brandon Sanderson, because I think his books might be heavy. Well, not heavy, but yeah, you need to be in the right mind frame. You need to be really thinking, I think, to read his stuff. That's The Book That Wouldn't Burn, which is just stunning. That's just a simple paperback, gorgeous. I've got The Hobbit, because I've never read The Hobbit. I've got Addie LaRue, The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab. Haven't read that. Have I read any of these? Yes, I have. Okay. Bookshops and Bone Dust. Haven't read that one, but I've read the first one, Legends and Lattes, which is here. They're out of order. Sorry, lovelies. I haven't had a chance to sort them out. The House in the Cerulean Sea. I haven't read that one yet. Secret Society of Irregular Witches. I'm just saying the titles because I think everyone knows that who wrote them. If you're not sure, just let me know in the comments. The Familiar by Lee Bardugo. I haven't read. Read Legends and Lattes. Haven't read Foxglove. Gave Belladonna 5-star. That's my paperback, which I read. And then Captain Corelli's Mandolin, which was another recommendation by my father-in-law. Louis de Berniers. It's a French name, I'm assuming. No, French or Italian, I'm not sure. The Midnight Library by Matt Haig. Haven't read that one either. Okay, so I've read a couple, but you know, not all. I've just got my tripod sitting precariously near Teddy's legs and bottom. So, okay, over here, Immortal by Sue Lynn Tan. Oh, I need to keep my Sue Lynn Tan books all together. That's annoying. I shouldn't do that. Okay. A Dance of Lies. I haven't read that. I really do want to read that. This is the thing in Australia. Now I'm going to show you the thing that bugs me in just a minute. The Starling House by Alex E. Harrow. Actually, that is one I want to put on my priority list too. I might get that one out. That one is just gothic fantasy. I'm not going to look on the back of that one because I read it a while ago and I don't want to spoil it. But I do love a bit of a gothic fantasy. Like I said, as long as it's not too scary. It's going over here, lovelies. That's where I was sitting before. Okay. Thoroughly Disenchanted. This one, I think this one's a fantasy. I don't know. This one was gifted to me. I'll have a think about that one. I'll have a think. Okay, now have a look here, lovelies. So we've got Richard Osman's series. Now, this is the Thursday Murder Club series. Now, have a look at this. All bought in Australia, all paperbacks. So when a paperback is newly released, they make it lovely and big, which I love because I can see the writing, not against it. However, once it's been out for about a year, then they put it into that size. But when you've got like the series, that really annoys me. Let me know in the comments below if that's madness, but that really bugs the living daylights out of me. Anyway, I've read the first two, haven't read the last two. That's why I'm just not sure how much Richard Osman I can take, to be honest, lovelies. I'm kind of over it. But anyway, that's a little book. That's a little, oh, you can't even see it. Can't see it, but it says a good book has no ending. Love it. So true. I made that on my craft channel. I'll link it below if you're into craft. Okay. The Tea Ladies. Now, Amanda, I met Amanda Hampson. She's an Australian author. I've read the first two. Once again, check it out. Anyway, I met Amanda when this one came out, and she's got the fourth one coming out soon. I think it might be in April, maybe. I'm not sure. Anyway, I met her and she signed them all for me, which was just lovely. Did she sign them all or just this one? No, she signed them all. How lovely. Anyway, once again, sorry, Teddy, darling, didn't mean to fright you. Give you a fright. The size, it just irritates me. The Guest List by Lucy Foley I haven't read, and the same night I met Amanda Hampson, I met the authors Gareth Ward and Louise Ward, who were English police officers, moved to New Zealand, opened a bookstore, and so this is the Bookshop Detectives, Dead Girl Gone. I would like to read that one actually. Should put that one on my priority TBR. Okay, lovelies, I'm just going to pop out because it's easier if I just have it at this height. Now, The Mad Wife was the book I spoke about in my book haul. Loved it. I might even talk about it in my March wrap-up, even though I read it in January. Oh, love that book so much. Adore it. 5 stars. My all-time, now it's my new all-time favourite book. The Wrong Sister by Claire Douglas, I haven't read. The Fall Between by Darcy Tyndale, I started to read, but I had to read something else, so I didn't get back to it yet. But she's another Australian author that I would like to read. Actually, I could read that on my Kobo. The Paris Gown, Christine Wells. I just loved it because I love sewing, so that's why I bought that one. Haven't read that one yet either, lovelies. The Falcon Eyes by Francesca Stanfill, haven't read that one. The Fallen Woman by Fiona McIntosh, haven't read that one. The Underground Library by Jennifer Ryan, I don't know whether I want to read it, but I haven't read it. I might leave it there. Graham Norton, Frankie, have read that one. That was amazing. I went and saw him when he came to Brisbane, and it's actually signed, that one. And yes, lovelies, it is the Graham Norton you're thinking about. And he does write fiction now. I think this is like his 4th book, actually. Oh, Kate Quinn, The Briar Club. Absolutely loved it. 4.5 stars. Only thing, why did I give it 4.5 and not 5? I should probably change that to 5. I love that book. Loved it, loved it. Then I've got a bit of Leanne Moriarty. So Here One Moment, What Alice Forgot, The Husband's Secret. Haven't read any of those. Okay, lovelies, excuse my knees. Okay, so, oh, this is where it is. The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna. Covenant of Water. Haven't read that one. 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. Have not read that one. Say You'll Remember Me, Abby Jimenez. Haven't started that. Love Al Dente, finished. Gave it 2.5. I'm not really in contemporary romance. That's why I don't have a lot here. 7 Year Slip I started and I soft DNF'd it because I had to read another book. So I am going to keep it. So that one I will keep. Magnolia Parks. Oh my gosh. Sorry, I forgot I had that book. Actually, I got that book from a free little library. That's why I forgot I had it. Jessa Hastings, Magnolia Parks. That's going to go. That is so not my cup of tea, but that's what happens when you think you've got to read what other people read on BookTube, and you don't, lovelies. Read what you want to read. Just for the Summer, Abby Jimenez, I bought. I don't know. Let me know what I should do with Abby Jimenez. I think she might be better than Jessa Hastings, so that's why I'm keeping those. I did get the Bridgerton series when they first came out, and I have read An Offer from a Gentleman, Romancing Mr. Bridgerton. Now that one I'm part of the way through, and the rest I haven't read. So at the moment I'm going to keep them. I'm going to keep them because I don't mind like a bit of a historical romance. I find them better than the contemporary ones for some reason. Now I was gifted Holding the Reins by Paisley Hope. I don't know. Let me know. Oh, okay, look, I read Happy Place by Emily Henry. I read it and I gave it 3 stars. Did I give it 3? Yeah, I gave it 3 stars. I didn't like it. Let me know what I should do about holding the reins. And then I got the Gingerbread Bakery by Laurie Gilmore. This was in a free little library, so I picked it up. Let me know if I should keep those. I might put those 2 on the maybe pile. Abby Jimenez, I think I might leave her here for the moment because I just don't know what to do. And then I've got a beautiful copy of Jane Eyre, which I just love. I love that story. Seen the movie, haven't read the book, so I would like to read the book. Okay, lovelies, the rest are kind of sort of non-fiction, and I've got a lot of psychology books because, like I said, I did a psychology degree. So what I'm looking at doing is eventually moving those books downstairs with my other books from uni, just to free this up a little bit. However, I thought I would finish with my Kobo, my brand new Kobo. So this is the Libra Colour Kobo, and I've got the little like Kobo cover in, I think they called this dusty blue. I wanted the green one, however, the green didn't come with the little origami thing, so you can stand it up. I don't know how to do that yet because I've literally just got it. So here it is. Now, I'm currently reading the Assassin's Blade on this one through Libby. I did look at I've got the free subscription to Kobo, but the books you can get on there are just like pretty average. So I don't think I'll be continuing with the subscription, but I'm just going to use my library. I don't want to pay for more books. I just want to read the books that I've got in bed easier. So anyway, so I've got this. Now, one thing I wanted to ask you, lovelies, because like I said, I'm brand new to the Kobo world. It's not Kobo, it's me. Okay, so that's what I've got in my library there. But if I go to Discover, right, see how it kind of, or more, see how it kind of like glitches like that? I believe that's to do with the e-ink. Let me know though, lovelies, because I've never had like a Kindle or anything like that. So let me know if that is sort of like, I'll do it again. See how it kind of does that? Is that normal? I think it is from when I Googled it. But anyway, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. So I actually think I'm going to be able to read more at night now because I've got this. So I'm loving it. Absolutely love it. Anyway, I thought I'd show you that. And I wanted to do an unboxing, but of course, Amazon in my area usually deliver. They have to deliver by what, 8 o'clock? I've had things delivered at 8:45. This wasn't, thank goodness, because it was pouring rain. But it was still delivered like after I started cooking dinner. Not helpful when you've got 2 children and you want to do an unboxing. So I'm really sorry, lovelies. I was so disappointed and angry because I wanted to do an unboxing for you. But anyway, here she is. She's lovely. Oh, I did want to get a pink cover too, but they didn't have pink. And I wanted to get the actual Kobo cover because I did hear that the other covers can be a bit loose and I didn't want my Kobo to fall out. But I would like a pink one. If you do know, or there is a pink one out there that you've used with this Kobo, and it's sort of like that pink, let me know in the comments below because I do love pink. Anyway, I'm super excited about that. Now, what I'm going to do, because this video is just like been going and going and going, I think what I might do is work out what is my priority TBR, and then what I'm going to do when I do my April, my April TBR, oh my gosh, that's crazy that it's April. When I do my April TBR, I'm going to show you what's on my priority shelf. Before I do, let me show you something else that is exciting. Okay, now I did say, I think I said in the video that I was a bit crafty, and I've got a craft channel. It's called Juliet Makes. Anyway, I have made, this is a bit hard to see. I have made my own TBR. Sorry, my ring light's making that hard. It says Juliet's TBR jar. I don't know why I had to turn that around. Anyway, I've got a little bow on there, and of course it's pink. So I'm going to fill that with prompts so that we can do our TBR in April. So keep an eye out for that. I want to put that up before March, depending on when the dates align. Anyway, so you can help me pick my TBR, but I'm also going to make sure that I have my priority TBR over there so that we know exactly what we've got. But I made my jar and I'm going to fill it with some prompts. Oh, if you've got some prompts that you'd like me to put in, pop it in the comments below. Otherwise, I think I'll wrap it up here for today. If you've had fun and you've loved hanging out with me and Teddy, then hit that subscribe button. I'd love it for you to stick around. I love it when I get new subscribers. Give the video a big thumbs up and comment whatever you like, what you think I should add to my TBR. Tips about the Kobo, if I'm right in thinking about that glitching is normal. And if you're watching this video in the first 7 days on a mobile, then I'd love it if you could give it a hype. It really helps the small channels, and I'm really small over here on my BookTube. So I would love it if you could do that. And if you're crafty, jump over on my other channel there and join me there. I've been crafting over on that channel for longer than I have been back on BookTube. So thank you so much for joining me today, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye.